I wanted to come on and speak about something that I actually I seen this a couple of days ago, and it kind of I kind of tried to brush it off, but as I thought more about it, I felt that I believe that if that perhaps I might have a little extra input on, that I could add on to it. Now you see the title. It says Jess Hilarious seeks industry acceptance. I mean, not to say that we know that Jess Hilarious is, I guess, anyone, by some people's interpretation, a very successful comedian. But it appears that I've seen her. Well, she is, and then having to do with whether I've seen her or not. But she is now currently on uh on the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne, the Charlemagne, and I ain't gonna call it Charlemagne and DJ Envy. Uh, man, lady, I got to call you back. I got to call you back, man. I can't. But yeah, she currently on the show with Charlemagne and DJ Envy. So the topic came up in regards to, I guess Master P had made the comments that he was having problem with how artists claim that he did them wrong after they've already left his company. So I'm gonna play a little bit of it, and I'm playing this for this is what's the word that they call this is not stealing of anyone's intellectual property. This is fair use. I'm doing this to make commentary on what's being said.
Like that.
Hey,
Listen, so yeah, Master P is tired of his former artist speaking negatively about him after leaving No Limit. Now his comments are inspired by his former artist Fat Trail. I didn't even know that was his artist. This is
I know Fat Trail was his artist either.
Yeah, DMV based. I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know. Yeah, we got some of what he said. Go ahead, roll that for me.
If you don't want to be with me, I don't want to be with you. It's almost like in a relationship.
Yep.
I ain't trying to hold you back.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these artists, whenever they say they didn't want to be with No Limit or they figure that they could go and move on, I tear their contract up. I ain't took no money from them. I let them go. And some of them I didn't even sign contracts with. That's what I call ungratefulness. If you moved on 10 or 15 or 20 years after me, why are you talking about me?
Why are we still?
Like,
I forgot.
Yeah, and so if you look at it, right, who y'all know in this business allow people to go sign with other companies, but they never talk about those other companies after they moved on. They still talking about me. Yeah.
And another thing is,
But it should be a law.
Now, now we know how when Master P, well, not everyone. I guess I'm old enough to know that when No Limit was in his heyday, No Limit was pretty much a groundbreaking historical movement for the South. Not only the South, but for the for black labels, black rap labels. Period. The next thing that came after that, I guess, I mean, you could say Rockefeller. I mean, as far as the South is concerned, is Cash Money Records. Master P is, as far as his marketing, as far as his reach, and as far as the deals that he was making at the time were some deals that were seemingly unheard of at the time. So for him to say what he said about how he gives people opportunities in regards to, like, when they ready to go, he tears their contract up, and you really don't hear too much about the main artists that like your Mia X or your Fiends or your Silk the Sock. Understandably, that's brother. That's his best masterpiece brother. But your C Murders, but C Murder may be an exception because C Murder does have commentary against Master P. But you also have to consider Mystical. When Mystical left No Limit. I think he went to Jive Records. We didn't necessarily hear too much about, him having issues with P after he left. When Snoop came to No Limit, Snoop was in a bad position where he was, and he came to No Limit, and he fared, in my mind, he fared well, because after he left No Limit, he became even a larger artist or an entrepreneur than he was before. But let's continue.
talking about me.
And another thing is,
But it should be a law. After 7 years, you shouldn't be allowed to go on no podcast and talk about nobody. Think about it. This is a statute of limitation. Like, please, if you ain't been around that person in over 7 years,
Yes.
please, you don't even deserve to talk about them.
I
That's
don't
fair.
care if it was 7 years, 11 years. You don't. If you did something
I'm
to
with
me
you.
and I have something to say,
I'ma say it.
that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you're not the only one out here being talked about. We got Diddy. People still talking about Diddy. We got
That's right.
people talking about Mace because what happened to him.
They talked
is-
about Jay.
He's now Jay.
Mm-hmm.
So many people. So you're not the only person. And basically, it all.
Now, to stop right there. I imagine, yeah, if you feel as if someone done you wrong, if you feel as someone done you wrong, you have actual strong evidence or a good argument, a good sound argument of this person doing you wrong, then of course and of course that as a comedian, she should have known that Mr. Miller, Master P, he was joking when he said a statute of limitations, because Master P is neither a lawyer, a judge, or a lawmaker. He was just making a statement in jest. So Miss Hilarious comes on 7 years, 11 years. Okay, now we're clowning accents. It's fine to clown an accent until you ask Maryland. She appears to be from the DMV. It's fun to clown a country accent until you ask them to say dog as in a animal or Doug as in a person. But hey, I don't mean to get distracted from what I'm talking about here. Let me continue with what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So many people. So you're not the only person. And basically, it all boils down to this. Fat Trell said that he was promised by Master P that he would be put in a Menace to Society sequel that never came to fruition.
How can Master P do a Menace to Society sequel?
He never even did the first one.
See, now when you say stuff like that,
Now, Master P said he never mentioned making a Menace to Society sequel. He wanted to make a movie like.
so why come in lying? The man, he said that you said that that the guy Fat Trail said he was gonna put him in a Menace to Society sequel. And y'all like, well, he ain't make Menace to Society 1, Then you go on to say, well, Master P said he wanted to do a movie like. You know how many movies is like? How many gang movies? If you just think about A Boys in the Hood, I guess that was first. Or Don't Be a Menace While Drinking your Juice in the Hood, South Central. Just a lot of movies that, because I guess they feel that black people, that's part of our culture. That's what we are attracted to. There are movies like that are dope dealing or gang related. So, okay, let me continue.
Menace to Society.
Okay.
And
That makes sense.
And he wanted Gucci Man to be in it, but Gucci was getting locked up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But so he just was like, he put the idea to rest. But Fat Trell was like, yo, you still promised me to be in this movie or whatever. And so he was like, I don't want to be with you no more. Now,
So stop, wait, I hate that this thing's not stopping where I want to stop. So if the man says that he wanted to do it with Gucci. Now Gucci, I don't know. I can't even say I ever heard a Fat Trail song. If Gucci is not gonna be in it and Master P has decided not to make it, then the movie is not on. But it don't matter whether Mr. Fat Trail said, well, I want to be in the movie. Ain't gonna be no movie, son. Why? This is the part of where she gets to describing it. What happens that I kind of get the side eye regards. Is it so much about that you felt that you were wrong by Master P, or is this some type of an attempt to somehow besmirch or negatively depict Master P and the work he's done, the years and years of work he's done in the industry?
Fat Trell, I get it. He like, look, yo, that was like a bit of a temper tantrum to me, a little bit, but I do believe him. I do believe that Master, because that man will talk a good game too. Like, even with me, I got the hookup. I'm still owed some bread for that. I'm not gonna
You still
lie
owed
to you.
you money
Like,
for that?
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You know.
Did he
what I'm
pay you at all?
Yeah, for the first scene.
Mhm.
And then,
That's a commercial
Book online,
for the first scene.
grab the keys, and go.
Where to first?
that scene.
Mhm.
And then I stayed there
And you did
for
two
13
scenes.
hours to do 2 scenes.
How much you owe you? But that's not how it works. Though. I thought you
Man.
get paid for a movie. Don't you get paid for the whole
No,
movie?
I do by scene when it's come to a skit movie like that. Is
What?
you know, I got hooked
Okay.
up with a long skit.
Okay, now check it out. There's a couple of lies that, well, now I can't call the woman a lie. There's a couple of things that are confusing in what she said. Now, Charlemagne, I imagine, you know, he's been working around in the industry for some time now. He's met several actors and actresses and maybe even filmmakers themselves. He's actually done, you know, TV, well, you know, TV work or whatever. So he said, when she mentions that in regards that she gets paid per skit, the movie, you weren't paid. You weren't, from my understanding, you know, you weren't paid to do skits in the movie, because it was all, as I remember from that movie, I got to hook up to, it was a whole bunch of social media stars, because what Master P was attempting to do was put social media stars in a film, in a vehicle, which gave them better exposure. Now you say the first thing you say when he asks you, did you get paid? Yeah, I got paid, but I didn't get paid everything. I get paid by skit. Who made this rule? Did you make this rule up, or is this rule in your contract? Now I want y'all to listen carefully to how this woman talk. I'm not gonna stop it while she finishes the rest of her point. I'm just gonna address it on the back end.
Come to a skit movie like that is
What?
you know, I got hooked up with a long skit.
It was a
Now,
skit.
It was a
skit.
bunch
Now
of
you
skits.
disrespect the
I'm
man
gonna
movie
lie.
after he
I'm
paid you
gonna
for it.
I like to charge 15,000 per skit.
I like to
That
charge.
was a long time ago, though. So
And
your number done went up since then.
Man, it ain't been 7 years, so I can still talk about this. I can still talk about this. I don't care. As soon as you give me the check, we'll be good, man.
Oh, so you was charging him per skit for the movie?
Yeah, well,
Did
actually,
he
per
know
scene.
that?
Yeah, he knew what you talking about. He
Oh.
signed on it. What you talking about? We signed back and
See now, yeah, well, actually, I pay per scene. Now, if this man mess around and pull out a contract, because we also have to consider, well, you know, you charge 15,000 a skit. He paid you some money, and it's like, well, okay, you being in the position, you're not necessarily, I guess, from all views and perception, it doesn't appear that you're a poor person. Why not? You know, you have the ability to seek legal remedies in the form of a civil lawsuit. So what you're going to do, I guess what you do is like, we never necessarily heard you say anything about this agreement in which you have anywhere else. Now that you're on the stage of the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy, you know, I guess, you know, you're auditioning for maybe you are, maybe you aren't, but I don't know. I can't necessarily say where I've seen Jess hilarious in any breakthrough roles, any high rated comedy programs or specials or anything like that. Maybe you're auditioning for Angela Yee's spot, you know. The way that you're presenting this information, I guess this is the donkey of the day, or the gossip report, or whatever. I guess what you're doing what Angela Yee used to do for the Breakfast Club. But I apologize. I said I wasn't gonna stop it. Let me keep going.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he owe you 15 racks?
Yeah, I try. I hit Romeo. I hit everybody. You know, but they got their own problems, so it's a lot going on. You know, so I'm gonna wait till it die down again. But Factrell, I get where you're coming from.
Okay.
Hey, what's up,
Okay. Now
man?
that's the part in the part there, that part right there. She said, so Charlemagne asked her plainly, so he owes you $15,000 though. Then you go on to the jokes about little Romeo and this, that, and the third. First of all, that's already been explained how that was, how that when the deal was made for the rap snacks, that Romeo wasn't, that the guy who makes the rap snacks didn't want Romeo to be the spokesperson for the chips. He wanted Master P to be the spokesperson for the chips. So Master P said, "No, I want my son to do it." Okay, so Romeo came out, was saying, "Well, my daddy been, he pretty much accused his daddy of misappropriating his money. I guess you could say stealing his money, even though he's lived a particular lifestyle that many people would die to have. Uh, so it's like at this point, well, Master P, what I found out at this point, and what everybody should know by news, is that now Master P and his son apparently have seemed to worked it out to some degree, to where Romeo is going to get his royalties for his particular bag of chips. Now I don't know how much those royalties may be, because I don't necessarily see Romeo brand chips, rap snacks in the store. I barely see rap snacks in the store, period. I guess, maybe the hood stores. He supposedly had a deal with Walmart, but I don't even see him. I don't even see big bags in the Walmart store. So my thing is, well, okay, it's one thing to say that okay, Master P's in the news. He said this about, that he's tired of artists coming back on the back end hollering about how he did them wrong and this, that, and the third. But this may be a particular a length of time later, and Master, and I got the hookup. I think that movie was made, prior to the pandemic. I know, I think I remember watching it during the pandemic. Uh, so now what it is, here it is, 2020. Here it is, 3 years later, and you coming out with this about how Master P owe you some money. My question is, have you spoken to Master P about your money? Just hilarious. And just hilarious. Why would you, if you have this particular business? Okay, I understand you want to, like, I guess, ingratiate yourself, make yourself part of the story in which you're talking about. But still, it's like, well, what was the purpose? Well, yeah, like you say, you want to make yourself part of the story. But in my mind, if you really, and I think that if you really had a serious issue with the way your business was done on the I Got the Hookup 2 movie, then you would have long ago spoken to Master P. This would have long ago been a story. The man gave several people opportunities, because the movie, okay, I won't say it's not a blockbuster, it's a hood movie, but yet and still it gave people looks. So for now, for you to come back later on, and like I say, I mean, people know who Jess Hilarious is, but if I was pressed to go to a comedy show, I don't think I would be necessarily choosing to go see a Jess Hilarious show. So, but they got the guy Fat Trail on here too, on this particular clip I got. And he's talking about his situation, the way he worked his situation worked with Master P. Let me hurry up and get through this, because I got to go to the step.
Hey, what's up? Hey, look, this is gonna be my last time addressing as far as that Master P. I just seen the little Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God and Jess, I believe her name is Jess. She's from Baltimore, right? Shout out to Jess. First of all, I ain't throw no temper tantrum. That's first of all. First of all, to address Master P, he talking about bringing his name up and all that. If you saw the No Jumper interview, Adam from No Jumper asked me, I remember a situation where you was dealing with Master P. Can you tell us about that? And all I did was tell the truth. I ain't had no temper tantrum or none of that. I didn't even bring Master P name up. We was doing an interview. He asked me about Master.
Let me start right here. So he went on Adam Jumper, and I mean, not necessarily to, because I'm from the old school, the old niggas, where they say we generally supposed to keep our house business in house. You went on Adam 22 No Jumper, one of the most exploitative white YouTube bloggers on the West Coast. Yeah, he'd be exploiting niggas. He'd be exploiting the criminal, the gang banging niggas, and all that kind of bullshit like that. All stuff that's not necessarily constructive to the black community per se. So instead of you saying, okay, the white man, Adam No Jump, he asked me about he brought up Master P, so I said what happened. Okay, but you didn't have to do that. You could have it could have been no comment. It is because you knew what the boy was. You knew what Mr. Charlie was fishing for when he asked you the question, because you didn't blow up on No Limit. So okay, let me continue.
And I told him that's first of all. Second of all I said was that I was there to do the movie. I wasn't there to make music with Master P. To have a song with Master P.
Listen to that part. He said
have a song with Master P.
He said I wasn't there to make music. I was there to do. I came out to do a movie. You are identified as an artist. You're not identified as an actor. But you came out to do. Master P called you out to do a movie. Okay. But you didn't go out there to do no music. One of the most popular black music entrepreneurs in the history of black music. You're a musician or artist or whatever. You didn't in no time along the course, it didn't cross your mind. Well, hell, I'm gonna try to get some of my music. I'm gonna try to see if I can't get some shit pop with P. Let me continue. Now the man said he didn't go out there to do no music.
I respect that. I respect what he did, music-wise, all the records he sold and all that. But I wasn't there to do music. All that he talking about, it should be a statute of limitations to talk about him. I ain't had Master P on my mind. He asked me a question and I kept it 100. If I'm gonna do an interview with him, ask me a question, I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? But I like how Master P didn't address the fact that he put out music with me and Ali Boy on iTunes, and he sold albums, and he didn't do no contract, no paperwork. He didn't contact no lawyers or nothing. And once again,
now y'all see what just happened here, right? The man said he ain't go out there to make no music, but he said, but I like how Master P put out songs with me and Ali Boy. I don't know who Ali Boy is, and he sold them on iTunes and this, that, and the third. He also said that Master P had a statute limit. It should be a statute of limitations. I haven't spoken on Master P in years or whatever. Okay, if you haven't spoken on him, then why would you even get in that position to speak about him at that time? Was it because you needed something, I guess, to spice up the interview? I guess no, you may not have had that forethought, Mr. Fat Trio. It had to be Mr. Adam No Jumper who said, well, let me see if I can spice up my interview by asking about Mr. Percy Miller, Mr. Master P. Let me hurry up and get to the end of this. I've been on for a minute.
he didn't contact no lawyers or nothing. And once again, I was never a No Limit artist. We didn't sign no contract. I wasn't in California to be a No Limit artist or to do music with Master P.
But you did music.
To do a movie. You know what I'm saying?
There was no movie.
All this temper tantrum and all. But like I was saying, yeah, P ain't bring up all that trying to sound fly and all that, I separate. You don't want to be with me no more. If you don't want to be with me, I don't want to be with you. All sound fly to somebody that's dumb, man. We wasn't out there to do no music. Ali Boy had already had a deal.
See, the problem with that is that he's making the presumption that Master P was talking about him specifically. Now, the clip that I heard was just a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know whether the interviewer of Master P had mentioned Fat Trail somewhere along the lines. I never would have heard of any association of Master P working with a Fat Trailer or signing Fat Trailer to No Limit. I never signed to No Limit Records. I never came out there to do no music. Me and Alley Boy, we got some songs, and Master P put the songs out. Did Alley Boy have a music deal with Master P? Let me see. He was about to say something. Let's see what he says.
Atlantic Records. Alley Boy was shooting videos. His videos was on MTV Jams and all that when we used to chill in the crib. We wasn't out there to do no music with P. We was out there strictly for the movie. So I just kept it real with No Jumping and told him how the whole thing with Master P went down. And that's why a lot of people thought that I was a No Limit artist, but I wasn't no limit artist. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he put out albums with us on it, and he sold iTunes, and we didn't get paid. And I don't know if Alley Boy got paid. They never contacted my lawyers. But hey, what I don't like is the fact that I sound sweet, I sound fly. Talking about some, it should be a statute of limitations. How long I could talk about you? I'm talking about you, man. Nick me a question and I answered the question. You feel what I'm saying? And I like how all that flat.
See, now I keep on saying Master P talking fly, Master P talking fly. Listen, it's like, well, sir, now you talking about he never contacted your lawyers, and I guess neither your manager, and y'all didn't come out there to do no music. So if he put music out and you have lawyers and a manager, just like I mentioned about Sister Jess, you have the right to pursue a legal remedy by way of lawsuit and what have you. But no, you wouldn't necessarily do that because, you know, for someone who doesn't necessarily know a Fat Trail or Alley Boy or Jess Hilarious, but the whole entire world practically knows who Master P is, you have an association with Master P name would be a boost to your career or a boost to your notoriety, so to speak. But yeah, man, that shit is just wild to me, man. I think I'm of the belief that they picking on old Mr. Percy Miller, man. All these, you know, like for her to come out of all the things that she could talk about, all the topics they could talk about. This how you know that bullshit that these industry outlets like the Breakfast Club and shit like that, they be on that division bullshit, that messiness bullshit. Of all the things, all the topics and things y'all can talk about, y'all had to pull out a clip from a Master P interview where he's talking about, you know, what people talking about him. But yeah, man, I am Flav Niger. They call me Mr. Nigga. I've been given the moniker Mr. Nigga by Mr. Charleston White. I just wanted to come on and make a little content as opposed to stealing content. I did use the Breakfast Club clip and the Fat Trail clip. And what is the name of the site I got this shit from? The site that I got this shit from is I'm put it up here, Hood Zone Productions. That's where I got the clip from. So if y'all want to go and look at the clip or whatever, so be it. Yeah, man. Peace to the nigga nation. Nigga nation and nothing. I'll holler at y'all the next time, man. Peace and love.